Hello, Democrats. Thank you. Thank you. I have always tried to go where I can make myself useful, whether that was an uphill, long shot attempt to be treasurer of the state of Indiana, or becoming mayor of South Bend, or a tour of duty in Afghanistan. I've gone wherever I believed I could do some good. I got into this race because I believe our party needs a fresh start. As mayor of my hometown, I have the best job in the world, but I was willing to give it up because this is so important. It matters more than ever how Democrats organize for the future. And late into the night and even this morning, we've been out making our case, delivering our message, sharing why we believe ours is the best way forward. We saw the potential to advance on multiple ballots, but we can do math, and after speaking nonstop with voters who've been kind enough to give us the most serious consideration, I now realize that it is time for this process to move on without me. It is time for this process to move towards a solution we can all get on board with, and that means it's time for the party that I step aside. Running for chair is a huge effort, and I'm so thankful to everybody who made it possible. An extraordinary staff who came together in a matter of days to organize and deliver. Generous contributors who allowed us to raise funds at an unprecedented pace. My backers around the country, like Nan and Anthony, our folks in Indiana, and everywhere else who stepped up for us. Our amazing volunteers, our happy warriors, who walk the walk, registering voters, helping us in special elections. I am so proud of you. You aren't just the future of the party, you are the present. You are the here and now, and I am so proud of you. I want to thank my competitors for their graciousness, beginning the day I got into this race, proving that what unites us is greater than our divisions. My parents who are here, never politically connected, but always politically aware. And Chasten, my partner, my love. Daring me to dream big, but always keeping me close to the earth too. And all of you, the NC members, for the exceptionally important and often thankless work that you do. It looks like I'm not going to be the next chair, but whoever is, I am urging to do the things that must be done, to be open to change, to look beyond Washington, to not treat the presidency like it is the only office that matters. To pay attention to communities like ours, in the heart of the country, not as an exotic species, but as your fellow Americans. To not assume that any map or trend or data set is going to be the silver bullet that's going to save us as a party without hard work. To engage a new generation. Friends, there's nothing wrong with our bench. We just haven't called enough people on the bench, off the bench, and asked them to get onto the field. I'm a Democrat because I know ours is the party of American values. Freedom, fairness, families, and the future. Freedom, because we know that the government is not the only thing. Regulations aren't the only thing that can make you unfree. We stand for freedom from dishonest banking practices. And yes, the freedom to marry who you love. We're the party of fairness because we know the unfairness that has a lot of blue-collar auto workers upset about what the economy is doing to them is the same unfairness that is the reason that voter suppression is the most widespread and well-documented form of voter fraud. We are for social, racial, democratic, and economic fairness. We are the party of families. We're the party that's trying to get your family a raise and trying to keep families together, be they immigrant or LGBT or any other kind of family. And we will always be the party of the future. Politics at its worst is ugly. But politics at its best is magnificent. Because it's not just about policy, it is soulcraft. And it is moral. The world is not divided into good people and bad people. No matter what we like to tell ourselves, every one of us can and will do good or bad things every day. You can stick up for a friend with the utmost integrity and then go to work and do something that compromises your values. You can spend all day making your community a better place and then come home and hurt somebody you love. We are not all good or all bad. And no matter what we tell ourselves, it does not make you a good person or a bad person how you vote in a general election or in a primary election. We're just people, human beings capable of doing good and bad things. And that is why leadership matters most. Leaders matter because of what they bring out in the rest of us. Right now, America has leaders who bring out the worst in us. In opponents and supporters, they call on the darkest things within us. And as Dr. King told us, darkness cannot drive out darkness. We have a chance to do the reverse. Our leaders call Americans to their highest values, speak to those better angels of our nature. That's why this matters so much. When you write a letter marked just in case, and you leave it where your family can find it before you head to the processing center for mobilization, the world looks very different to you forever. When you sit with your partner's mom and she shows you the life-saving medication that she purchases through the ACA, you look at the world differently. Our lives depend on the decisions made by elected officials. And so at the end of the day, this work isn't something we all do as Democrats because it benefits us or because it's glorious or glamorous, most certainly not because it is easy. We do it because it matters. And that's what our race for chair was all about. That's what our party must be about as we go call our country to its highest values. That is why I still believe this is the season for happy warriors. Our movement of happy warriors isn't ending today. It's just the beginning. And we will be there with a smile on our face and a fire in our belly, not just to call out what is wrong, but to stand up for what is right, to defend our values, to support one another, and to build a future all of us together can be proud of. Thank you.
Thank you for your great service.
Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you, man.